My retirement?
My retirement?
My retirement?
I'm looking forward to moving my bedroom to the first floor.
I just want to watch my equity crumble.
I plan to spend the rest of my retirement going no further than the end of my driveway.
Prisoner in my own house.
At the mercy of countless repairmen.
My retirement?
My retirement?
I want to spend my retirement feeling like a stranger in my own neighborhood.
Eating TV dinners at home alone.
Eating TV dinners at home alone.
It doesn't sound good at all.
Doesn't that sound great, Al?
That's why you got to watch the rest of our show so this doesn't happen to you.
I mean, that is just sad, right? I don't want to drive further than the end of my driveway. I want to spend the rest of my life alone. That is not retirement. That is not retirement. You need a plan for retirement. So do this. Come into our office, get a free retirement review. We can take a look at everything for you and let you know, are you on track, not on track, so you don't have to live the life like that awful, awful, scary video. Don't have nightmares about it, because I might. 888-994-6257. Call that number right now. And then here, this is some really bad advice out there. So when you get advice, you have to be careful where you get it from. So come to us and don't go to this guy, whatever you do.
So why don't we get into the true-false question?
What? True-false?
Yeah,
Okay,
here we go.
Whatever.
If I had 2 jobs, I can contribute the maximum of $17,500 to my 401k with each employer.
I wish that was the case.
I wish so too. That is absolutely false. When it comes to 401k, it's just the one plan, even if you have multiple employers. Now, we did talk last segment, if you're a teacher and you have a 403b and a 457, you can do $17,500 to each. But in the 401k world with different employers, you can just do the one, and that's it.
Yeah, right. If you're working at 2 jobs, you got 2 different 401k plans. It's $17,500 max, or $23,000 total for the Section 401k plan. So unfortunately, that is false. It's $17,500 or $23,000.
Yeah, if you're 50 or over.
If you're 50 or over,
Yes.
Al. See, we're just rolling.
Right there.
Right there. So now what? We're going to go to the worst
got a video.
worst advice ever, which I thought we were going to play earlier. So why don't we play it now?
So the number one thing I want to tell you kids, and what I tell myself, knowing what I know now to go back 10, 15 years, is not only don't invest for retirement, don't save for retirement, but please let go of the guilt. Forgive yourself for not doing it, because there's always that thing, you should. I'm telling you now, you shouldn't.
Can you say quack?
Yeah, just don't do it, right? You know, be a burden on someone else, and just, you don't have to save it all. I mean, but here's the problem, is that I think there's a lot of hopelessness when it comes to the overall retirement planning. It's like, all right, well, here I'm getting into my 50s and 60s, and maybe I haven't done the planning, and so now I'm not going to feel guilty, I'm not going to do anything, and hopefully the cards fall where they lay. Don't do that, because it's never too late to start. I don't care if you're 20 years old, I don't care if you're 70 years old. All you need to do is put a plan in action to figure out exactly what you need to do, and put a couple of things through the asset test, and you are going to be okay. We'll show you a couple of different examples, because if you understand how your retirement plan works through your employer, I mean, you can see the compounding, right? Albert Einstein thought the biggest discovery he ever discovered was compound interest. And then if you throw an employer match on that, plus the pre-tax contributions, you can really see some wealth grow fairly quickly.
Well, that's exactly right. And so let's jump right into it. So here is a way to jumpstart your retirement, and that is your company is going to make some of the match for you to put some money in for your retirement plan. And commonly, companies match about 4%. That means if you put 4 or 5% of your pay, a lot of companies will match that 4%. And some companies even match higher amounts. So don't underestimate the power of you putting in a few percent and then your company matches it. It's very powerful.
Yeah, so if you take a look at it like this, here's the quick example, right? So we got James here. Let's say he's making $100,000 a year, and then he wants to contribute. He wants to start. He's never started to contribute to his plan, and then let's just use a 4%. 4% match, and then he's only going to put into the plan up to the match. So 4% of $100,000 is $4,000, and then they're going to match dollar for dollar on top of that. So let's just assume $8,000 total going into the plan. So if I have $100,000 income, so this is the first step, right? 100K. Well, if I want to put in 4%, well, that is what? $4,000. What? 4K. But this is also a pre-tax contribution, and this looks really professional. So that's why you should watch this show, because we don't mess around.
Did you get through nursery school?
Yeah, but no. See, look at the next slide, Al. We're moving here. So then it's the $8,000 per year is going into the plan. And let's just assume he's going to save for the next 30 years. And we'll assume a 7% growth rate on that money. That's $756,000. That's not chump change, folks. That's a lot of money. Now, what did it cost James in this example? He put in 4%, $4,000. Well, Al, if I'm putting money into a pre-tax account, what is that true cost to me? So $4,000 total is going into the account, but what did it truly cost James?
Yeah, because if we assume he's in a 25% tax bracket, he saved $1,000 just to get the money in. So it really only cost him $3,000 to put $4,000 into his retirement account.
So if you think of it like this, $3,000 a year, okay, so that's $250 a month. That's a few dollars, that's a few lattes a day. That is not going to coffee, that is going into your retirement account. You let that compound over 30 years, now you have close to $1 million of assets. It's not that, but now I know a lot of you are saying, what the heck, Joe? I don't have 30 years. Man, my kids, I should have my kids come in the living room right now and take a look at the show so they can start saving the $250. You know what, let's do another example, Al, of someone that's 50 years of age and then has maybe a little bit of savings to see what the situation looks like there.
Yeah, maybe let's start with what, maybe $100,000 at age 50, and you're thinking, you know what, it's going to take forever for me to get to a much higher balance, right, to $700,000, $800,000. But look at this example, 15 years to work, you got $100,000 to start. Now, we want you to save, in this example, about $10,000 per year, or 10%. You still get a match, but within 15 years at 65 at 7%, you got $627,000. These last few years of retirement are very significant in terms of your overall enjoyment.
So if you look at the statistics, Al just talked about what the average balance of someone's retirement plan is, what, $25,000, something like that. All you have to do is save a couple of pennies. Now I'm 50. I was able to save maybe $100,000. Maybe it's $50,000. Maybe it's $150,000. We're just giving some examples here to get rid of the hopelessness. Because now, all right, well, maybe I can save $10,000. But the true cost of this, I'm 50 years old, I'm in my peak earning years. Well, it's not going to cost you 10 grand. It's going to cost you close to $7,000. Maybe it's $600 a month. All right, at age 50, maybe I'm making a little bit more money, $600 a month, can you find that? Or start somewhere to get you there. The point is this, in 15 short years, when you turn 65, you have $627,000. I mean, you're in the top 5 percentile of people's assets. That's what we're talking about. It's not like, here, let's save some money to make you 50,000 or to get you to 50,000. It's just slowly building up to create true wealth, right? If you look at the millionaire next door, they don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars. What they do is they spend less than what they earn, and they have a disciplined strategy to make sure that they can accomplish their goals. You can do this too. All you need is a roadmap. If you want our help, we're giving away a free retirement review, so come into our office. Here's the number. It's 888-994-6257. That's 888-994-6257. 888-99. Call. It's absolutely free. Sit down with the CFP board certified professional. We can map things out for you to tell you exactly what you need to do. It's not impossible. You just want to make sure that you take the bull by the horns and then take some action. Hey, we're going to look at some Roth provisions because there's other things inside the plan that you also might want to take a look at as well.
Yeah, and so let's discuss that, because many 401k plans, 403bs and so forth, they have Roth provisions. And so that means that you can designate some of your pay to go into a Roth option. Now, you will not get a tax deduction for those dollars as you do a regular 401k contribution, but the dollars in the 401k, the Roth 401k, grow 100% tax-free for your lifetime. And get this, there's no income limitations. When you do a Roth contribution, which is different, this is the $5,500 or $6,500 if you're 50 and above, you have to be below certain income levels. But in terms of a 401k, there are no income limitations. Anyone that has a plan that has a Roth provision is able to start putting money into a Roth 401k. meaning that some of their income in retirement is going to be tax-free.
Last study I saw, Al, there's about 60% of all plans, and this is going to be the norm probably in the next year or two, is that all plans are going to have this Roth provision. So now you can create that tax diversification. So some of it's going to come to you as tax-free income for life. So then it's playing with the options that you have in your 401k plan to build the sum of money that you need to provide the lifestyle that you want, but then you can also reduce taxes at the same time. It doesn't matter how much that you make. A lot of people weren't able to contribute to Roth IRAs. Now with this Roth provision in the 401k plan, everyone that has that plan can put a ton of money into a tax-free environment. It's a huge deal. You just got to put the pieces together. We're here to help you. Call the number again, 888-994-6257. We're going to come back. We're going to take some emails, hopefully. We got an email bag that's been building up for the last, 6-8 months. So we'll try to get to one or two of those. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more to discuss on your money, and it's your wealth.